Hello again guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today is the big day. Well, yesterday was the big day, the 5th yesterday. Today is Saturday the 6th of November. We're back at the pub. Firstly, let me just apologise for the wind. It's gusting a bit at the minute, so apologise for any wind noise. But we are cracking on nonetheless. One of my favourite venues to shoot at, that I'm allowed to shoot at. Pub over there in the distance behind all that metal frame. And then we've got all this space up to the shoot site around here. Here's the boot full of fireworks. I'll give you a quick run through the kind of stuff we've got. There's a finale, 2 Pyroclastic Storms. That's going to be epic. Glittering Ghost, Indian Scream, Brexit's in the finale, Surprise Me, Tornado, and some primed Furious Angels in the bottom. Got a couple of rockets there at the side. It's not as big as I was hoping it would be, but you know, it's still full of absolute quality from the likes of Vivid, Celtic, Classic, Prestigious, Primed, etc, etc. All the brands that we know and love. So yeah, in this video we'll look at the setup. We'll probably do this video of the show in a separate video, so I might tag it onto the end. If not, I'll link it somewhere. But this is going to be the setup. We're just getting things preliminarily staked out, and to get an idea of where everything's going to go and how it's all going to fit. And we're also faffing around with our igniters, because these are all too short. These are ½ meter, which doesn't give us much room to play with. So we've got some old igniters that we've cut, and we're doing a faff with them to make them longer, as you can see in there. So yeah, we're cracking on. It's about 11 o'clock, so we've got plenty of time. We're shooting at 7:30, so 8.5 hours until shoot time. We'll have this done in plenty of time, and I will come back to you with some progress. So we're much later in the night now. It's closer to 5 o'clock, so 2.5 hours of shoot time, and as you'll notice, everything is suddenly wrapped in plastic. Now, just as we were putting all the E-matches on, which unfortunately didn't manage to get any footage of, but I'll have a video up soon to show you how I fused all of these up. Basically a technique to get instant ignition when you're using pro E-match, or quote pro E-match end quote. So yeah, we've had to quickly run everything inside. Luckily it wasn't taped and staked, it was just in sort of loosely in position, still not taped, sorry. But now we've got bags on everything. This is the preferred method, definitely. Get a bag big enough, wrap it round with the E-match coming out at the end, and then tape the end or put cable ties on the end. That's a much faster way to do it, which I will be doing in the future. The much slower way to do it is to use cling film, which I'm sure some of you have in the past. Again, it's still quite gusty, so apologies for any wind noise. But yeah, we've got all of these sat, and we'll just get that off the ground because we don't want the igniter getting wet at the end of it. So yeah, now what we're going to do is, now that we're losing some light, we'll get the systems back out. We'll hook the fireworks all up. We'll do some continuity tests, and hopefully everything shows us good. If not, then we'll be replacing some of the igniters. I'll give you a quick look on my system, on how we run things. I'll give you a quick idea of the show. It's down in the description. If you check that, you'll see the running order of this show. But we'll open with Chop On and Screaming Banshee. No, Screaming something. What's it called? I can't remember. The 50-shot dump cake that Vivid have got. Screaming something. So they're going to open the show. Nice, noisy, high-paced show. My plan for the show is to start off very fast-paced and bright and loud, and then it'll sort of dip down to a more calm section in the middle with crossettes and low noise, sort of whistles, colours, that sort of thing. And then with candles, we'll pick back up towards the finale, hopefully build to a huge finale. But yeah, and then we've got the likes of Surprise Me from Celtic, really nice compound. We've got 2 Viv 25 I008, that's the Time Rain Crossette. We've got Screaming UFOs from Classic, which is a really nice whistling colour cake. That will be paired with Viv 42 Z001, which I believe is the Rainbow cake. I think it's called Rainbow now. The Rainbow Mines. So that's like the middle of the show with the really colourful bit, and then we sort of step it up. New Dawn starts with a volley of, I think it's Blue Stars with Gold Tails or something like that, so that should transition nicely from that to much more noise. Obviously New Dawn's quite a loud compound from Vivid. Then we have Glittering Ghost from Celtic on the other position. In that bag is Indian Scream, which has got some great salutes into it, and that's almost a pre-finale. Those salutes are the indicator to me that we're at the finale. And then under that bag, mirrored on the other side, we've got Furious Angels, which is of course the whistling or howling salute cake from Primed. We've got a Brexit under there, which will be the finale volley. We've got 2 of those. That should look really good. And then of course, the thing that I've been waiting for, and I hope you've all been waiting for too, 2 Pyroclastic Storm compounds, 1 in each position. And I don't know if you can tell, this is on a slight angle, this board that it's sat on. So, I mean, it's pretty sky-filling as it is anyway from the UK footage I've seen. So to see 2 of these going off should be pretty mental. What's that, 486 shots up in a minute. Then the dump cake of Brexits and so on and so on. And what I will just show you whilst we're doing it, my trusty helper is just going to show us how to do some tape match. So tape match, I raved about it a lot in the wedding show. We did it for the same thing. We had a bundle of candles like this. So the best thing I find to do is cable tie the candles, not too tight, but tight enough so they're not going anywhere, and you can see they're not going anywhere. Yeah, cable tie them together, get the fuses lined up, and then simply put the fuses inside the tape match, fold it over, reel it all the way down to the next fuse and to the next fuse again. When it's enclosed like that, it burns plenty fast enough so you're not really going to notice a delay in how quickly each of the candle sets lights. But yeah, it is just sellotape with black powder in it. That is very fiddly, and I'll give you a hand with that. So fiddly. And then we'll put an electric match into this, and then that goes as one of the cues on the firing system. Really, really good stuff. If you do a lot of fusing stuff, if you need something to go quickly, like 2 cakes at the same time or whatever, I would absolutely recommend tape match. It's relatively cheap, really easy to use, and it's very reliable as well. And because it's basically sellotape, when it's covered properly, it's basically waterproof, so you don't need to worry too much about the rain. I wouldn't get it soaked, mind. But so yeah, we've got the pink cocoa candles, we've got the silver in the middle and the blue cocoa on the other side. So it's basically what we did in the wedding display. It worked really nicely, I thought. So I thought we'll do it again because this show is quite noisy. So this is the quietest section of the show. And whilst we're at the quietest section of the show, I found a couple of those primed supernova rockets or something, love heart quasar rockets, I think they are. They're the love heart shaped ones I had in my stash. We've got 2 poles at the back that will be hand lit. So during those candles going off, one of us will be back here with a lighter ready to light the 2 love hearts, and I think that should look really good. Again, apologies for the wind. So yeah, we're cracking on nicely. A couple of hours to shoot time now. We'll get everything hooked up, and the next clip we will show continuity on the firing systems, assuming everything goes right. If not, things have gone wrong and we're panicking because it's getting closer to shoot time. So yeah, stay tuned for the next clip. So it is 6 o'clock. We've got an hour and a half until shoot time, and everything is staked, taped and ready to go, which is good news because the last few displays we've done, we ended up rushing around with no time, and I panic and things go wrong. Like the finale, didn't really go to plan because I panicked. So this time it should be much simpler, much nicer. The wind for the most part seems to have died down, which is good news. We're firing predominantly cakes. If the wind does pick up and gust, the only issue with the 2 quasar rockets, which I'm not really too concerned about not firing. If it's too windy at the time, I'll make the call during the show. Then we won't fire those, so you may or may not see them in the display. But everything's down, staked and taped. All the ones, well, we sort of ran low on stakes, so we've not got as many as we wanted. But the ones that are more unstable, chop on there, that's got 2. This compound is surprised me by Celtic. That's not going anywhere. That stake is there just as a precautionary measure, really. The same with basically all the compounds. They're not going anywhere. The centre of gravity is so low, they're not going to fall over. But other ones that have a higher centre of gravity, that's 25I008, Vivid, we're not too worried about, and the ones that aren't too powerful as well. I'll get out the car lights. So Screaming UFOs, it's not a particularly powerful cake, so we're not really worried about it. We've checked continuity. I'll just show you how we do that quickly on this system. Really simple, really easy. Open it up, flick it, it's got a test button. Flick that to test. This LED indicates test, the blue one. And then if the LED is out, that means we've got good continuity. Now the ones you can see lit on 2, 5 and 8, we don't actually have any initiators in them, so you can see there 2 doesn't actually have anything in it, neither does 8. So we're not worried about those, because basically this system is paired up with the system in the other position. Sometimes I'll have fireworks going off on this side, so for example Q4 is Surprise Me, so that's going to be going off over here, which means Q4 and the other system will be empty, which is of course happy days. So yeah, that's a simple check for continuity. We're happy with that. Always take that safety key out, I do personally, just in case somebody decides they want to come up. It's unlikely to happen, but if someone comes up, they can't fire the system, even if they have the remote, without that key, that switch being in the on position. So we'll always remove those. So we're happy with that. That side, this site is ready to go. Just going to make sure I don't tread on any of these E-matches, because the last thing I want is to be ripping them out of the system and the cakes. And then we'll move over to this position. I'll give you a walkthrough of what we've got here. So we've got those vivid Celtic candles. We've got the pink, silver and blue, all connected together with tape match. Now I completely forgot to count this as a firework, so we'll be hand lighting this, which is fine, just to tape match into a little Visco leader, or they think that's actually a fast fuse, but you know, it's fine as long as you light it at arm's length. Again, stakes always audience side, just in case. And then this side, these will be removed, don't worry, I will be taking the tops off. So this side we've got, I said earlier that it was screaming something, it's not, it's Standing Ovation from Vivid, so a nice 50-shot dump to open. This is Tornado from Fab. We've got the Time Rain crossettes, we've got a nice Vivid Rainbow, Glittering Ghost, really nice red ghost effect, Furious Angels, Brexit, and the wind's gusting, apologies, and of course the Pyroclastic Storm. So we'll just have a look in here at how we're doing for continuity. I'll show you, you'll see we've got some different lights on this one, so we'll check again, switches off. Check for continuity. With 3, we've got nothing in, which we're happy with. 4, we do have something in, so it's not lit. 5 doesn't have anything in, so the LED's lit. 7, again, nothing's in it, and 9, again, nothing's in it. So we're absolutely happy with that. The systems are ready to go. Batteries are fully charged, so we're all happy with that. And now it's just a case of waiting until shoot time. Plenty of time, there's not really much more to do. Do leave a comment down below. I know a few of you have said you like seeing these setup videos, so do leave a comment below if there's anything in particular you want me to show you with the firing systems, or any fusing, or anything at all. Don't be afraid to ask. I don't claim to be an expert at this kind of thing, but I've done a fair few shows, so you know, I'm sure if I can't tell you the answer, I can find it out for you, or point you in the right direction to find an answer. So hopefully either in the next clip we will see the display, or if this video has gone on for too long, which it probably already has, then I will post a solo display video shortly after posting this one, and you guys can go over and check that video out. So if the display is up next, enjoy. If not, go over to that video and enjoy. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.